my God! What did I just watch? I'm not seeking penance for what I've done, neighbors. I'm asking forgiveness for what I'm about to do. They took him from me. It should have been me. Kevin Feige, you will be hearing from my therapist. I just got done watching the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, and it's safe to say that it's a worthy successor, and a lot happened. So me and you, we got to talk about it. This is your spoiler warning. You have been warned. So we pick up this series right where season 3 left off with the big 3 at Nelson, Murdoch, and Paige. They just got off the job after a long day of serving justice and being happy. Matt and Karen, mommy, are flirting at Josie's, talking about some let's go back home. While we learn there's a new vigilante on the streets called the White Tiger, a Latino superhero. That means something to me. And my glorious, precious King Foggy, always shooting out of his league. God, I love him so much. I hope nothing bad happens to him. Ever. Bad. But that's when Foggy has to go take a call. And I love this perspective of Matt's hearing. It almost feels like spider sense. I love how as he hones in on Foggy's phone call, the aspect ratio changes. But it turns out Foggy's hiding someone out who's worried because he gets paid a visit from that demon Bullseye. And I see what they did here. It's his list. He can't miss. So Matt throws on the suit, cowl, and the horn to go check in on him. And this shot right here made me horn. Matt cannot help himself from aura farming. The score started playing. I had chills. Fuck, that hurt. But then we hear on the phone call that all Bullseye wanted is to know where Foggy was. And then we see the target. I was like, no, they did it. No. He got you. No, not Foggy. And that man Dex pulls up with angelic aura when he's a fucking demon. Throws a smoke canister into Josie's bar to start loading on people. But he said the thing. He said the thing. Hello, Karen. I liked it. Hell, I loved it. That's when Matt pulls up with hands first. And we get this dope one-shot action sequence. And the way Matt uses his billy club, tough. And this entire action sequence was pretty damn cool. Tension-filled. That man Dex is definitely a psycho. And just when Dex thinks shit is sweet, Matt pulls up on him like Spider-Man. Like the fucking Undertaker. Like Michael Myers. And dog, Matt just starts beating the dog shit out of Dex. Like even when Dex tries to run away, he says, no, get over here. I ain't done with you. And this sequence is just so damn effective because while Matt's trying to fight, senses are trying to keep up with Foggy's heartbeat, which is just slowly fading and fading until they take him from me. They took him from me, Carmine. That was today. Don't go to the light, Foggy. No. And Matt, he knows. Ah! Dog, Dex is a fucking demon. Matt says, why did you do it? And he just, that's Bullseye. That's perfect Bullseye. And then Matt tosses Bullseye over the building and turns him into street gum. I thought he killed him and then he started breathing. Stop, dude. Stop. Fuck, it's like I'm watching it for the first time again. And dog, just the pain in Matt's face. No one better than Charlie Cox, man. As he throws his mask off the roof, we get this shot that we've seen in the trailer before where he's missing a horn. And that's just the opening of the series as we cut to the title cards, which, by the way, is not even close to the Netflix opening, but it ain't bad. Then we just cut to Matt looking out of a window, looking sad as hell. Looking, Sammy? What do you mean by that? And then we get the 1-year title card hit. This was like when I saw the 5 years later in Avengers Endgame. What do you mean 1 year later? Matt testifies against Poindexter, who faces life, and he liked it. Hell, he loved it. But Karen and Matt, they did not. Which is when we're finally reintroduced to Kingpin. I almost forgot he got shot in the face by Echo. And I forgot she did those mind tricks on him too, because now he's trying to be a good guy, or as good as he can be. And it turns out Vanessa has been running shit while he's been out. And she liked it. Hell, she loved it. Things are not okay between Karen and Matt. She's moved to San Francisco, and they're two just broken people trying to pick up the pieces. As Karen literally hands Matt over a piece of his horn. That same night, Fisk announced his run for mayor. This is really Spider-Man 2 for Matt Murdock, because he ain't been Daredevil for a year. And now you lay this shit on him? What are they cooking? We get introduced to Big Willie's new team, and all I gotta say is, you will never be Wesley, little bro. We get introduced to Daniel Blake, who's got both hands firmly grasped on Fisk's meat. I'm surprised he didn't turn into a donut spontaneously. But that's Michael Gandolfini, and I think that deserves a goddamn salute. Matt gets introduced to a therapist named Heather. And Matt, I understand it. But that's when he goes to pay Fisk a visit, and they have a really interesting diner-side chat, trying to see if they both really changed. Is he still Daredevil? Is he still Kingpin? Fisk is trying to do away with Vigilante, so if he steps out of line, he's gonna turn into a Vigilante. You already know this is headed for a collision course. Later that night, while Matt's out on a date with Heather, he learns that Fisk won the election. There's some straining in the relationship between Wilson Fisk and Vanessa Fisk. She don't like that he's gone straight, as we see someone painting a mural. Muse? Matt's got his priorities straight. That man's roster is crazy. He really trying to be like Wilt Chamberlain for real. As we see Mayor Fisk on the TV, I want to make New York City great again. We get this match cut of Muse's painting, calling him out as a Kingpin. And the second episode kicks off with Fisk talking about how he wants to do away with Vigilante. He mentions the Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider-Man. Well, he says a guy in a spider suit. He has a name. There's no way they don't call him Spider-Man in this universe. But we get introduced to Hector Ayala, who witnesses a poor guy getting beat up. He steps in to save him, but in the process, one of these guys trips over one of the other guys and gets turned into mincemeat by the New York City subway. Too bad this group of guys that were beating up on that poor guy were cops, and they try to pin him as a cop killer. Matt, of course, catches wind of this, and thanks to the fact that he's a really good lawyer, he knows Hector's not lying. But he does pick up on the fact that Hector's hiding something. Fisk is in his first 30 days as mayor, so he's trying to win over the people, finding a way to improve traffic. Real smart man. Gotta fill that hole, right? And yeah, Matt and his new firm are very hesitant to take on this new client because they're going against the cops. And that man does not get bailed. He's going straight to Rikers in the time being. That's when we find out that Daniel Blake is actually friends with BB Urich, who runs the BB Report, which we see throughout the 2 episodes. By the way, I love that. Really gives New York City a character. But she meets up with Fisk and basically tells him, like, listen, you need to have the cops on your side if you really want to win this this city over. But then she steps over the line and asks about his wife. He even says Ben Urich. He was a good man. Who's dead? We cut to Heather, who's having a book signed, and this very creepy looking dude who's watching. Turns out he needs some therapy. And he asks her if he can be a new client, which she agrees to. But that's when wannabe Wesley pulls up. What is he up to? Fisk tries to talk to the police chief, who's like, nah, I don't fuck with you. I remember what you did, Kingpin. Which is when Cherry and Kirsten check up on Hector's wife. But also, Matt asks Cherry to find out what that secret that Hector's keeping from him. And they find the white tiger costume and the amulet. Matt tells him, really? You're the white tiger? Huh? Didn't you think that would be important information? I thought it was funny how Hector was like, well, look, Daredevil's not around. This city needs a hero. I mean, they have Spider-Man, you know? I love how Matt was like, really? Daredevil's gone? Huh? We cut back to Fisk, who of course is eating a fucking cheesecake, that fat mother. But he tells the police chief that, hey, you were from Philly, right? Check out this cheesesteak I got for you. Turns out this fucking guy has an illegitimate son. And all he can do is look at him like, you got me. I'll do whatever you want now. Blackmail. And the crazy twist is that we find out that Big Willie and Vanessa are going to therapy. With Heather, Matt's boo thing. Oh, this is just getting juicy. As Matt tracks down the one witness who can clear Hector's name. And he also picks up on the fact that the police are going to try to kill him tonight. Shout out to Fisheye Matt. He gets Buddy out of there and the cops pull up only looking at Matt. He's looking at him like, gotcha. And then they start questioning him. This was interesting, but this cop has a tattoo of the Punisher's logo. You hit him and they get back up. I hit him and they stay down. But they start beating the dog shit out of Matt. But then they almost try to execute him. Why would you try to kill the fucking lawyer who's in this case? But I'm glad they did because then Matt locks in. He starts beating the dog shit out of these cops. I'm talking dog. Breaks one of their arms. He made light work of it. This is the face of a man who likes it. Hell, he loves it. And this shot of him picking up his broken glasses was just as he let out a primal roar. We are so back. Daredevil has never been so back. I'm just itching for the next episode. It's safe to say that I thoroughly enjoyed these episodes. But let me know what you thought about these first two episodes down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.